Hey, sorry about that. It is Thursday night, Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk, and we're here. It's Team FYN Sports presents, and I want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza. I got to get used to this.
Good.
I mean, are you guys going to be able to answer questions? I mean, we got pizza crust stacked up all over. Ellie, do you have pizza?
Yeah.
Did you get a slice? Okay.
You ate all yours, didn't you?
Yeah, we have the star of the show here, Ellie, with us. We're at New York, Johnny's New York Style Pizza here in Pickens, and we also want to thank Pepsi and all of our sponsors. We're here with head coach Chris Parker and offensive line coach Maxwell is with us here tonight, and also we have quarterback Jacob Brumby with us tonight, and Ellie, right? Ellie, you're going to answer questions? Okay, if we get around to it, we're going to get around to some questions. Coach, Dragons are coming off a loss to North Forsyth, 58-35. Dragons end non-region play 2-2. They have a bye week, so they got some time to work on some things. And let's start out right there before we get into anything else. This week with a bye. Last week, really no practice time. I mean, you know, not going backwards and reminding people of not having power and so many things that were taking place last week. But there was no practice time. You had to come in and play North Forsyth. They're big. I remember hearing that last week. I watched it Friday night. They're big. They're solid.
They were big ones.
Yeah, they're a solid team, a good football team. But you had to go do what you had to do, regardless of enough practice or not. And so let's talk about the first 4 games and wrap it up. Have you been able to see what you wanted to see in these non-region games and start plugging some holes, making some adjustments to go into conference play?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we set up the schedule where we're off this week before the region schedule, so we'll play 4 games, be off, and then play 6 region games. You know, all 4 games, if you look at the 4 games together, then I thought we saw a lot of different things. We saw a lot of good things, saw a lot of bad things. You know, last Friday night, you know, no excuse. I mean, North Forsyth dealt with the storm too, so no excuse. We just had to execute a little better, and we didn't do a good job probably getting the guys ready and having a good plan, and we'd like to get better. So, I mean, but they're a good football team. They're a big team, big school, I mean, but they have some big young men too, but a big school. And, you know, from now on, we're going to play people like us, you know, school-wise and culturally a lot more like us maybe. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next 6 games and what we can do moving forward. You know, because it really doesn't matter if you're 4-0, 3-1, 2-2, 1-3, or 0-4. You're still 0-0 in the region. Every team in the region has an equal chance to win, theoretically. You know, I mean, everybody's 0-0. Most of the teams will play this week for the first time. And, you know, the team that wins all of them is the region champs. The team that wins 5 of them is probably competing for the region championship and finish second. The team that wins 4 is probably finishing second or third. Team that finishes, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where it is. So we got the rest of this week and next week to get better to try to start 1-0 in the real season. You know?
We want to announce our Team FYN Sports Writer Player of the Week, Trevor Hawkins. At this time, RJ, that is your Player of the Week. Tell everybody why you picked Trevor this week and some of the highlights about your Player of the Week that you chose.
Well, he was basically Mr. Do-It-All on Friday. Did everything the coaches asked him to do. He played receiver, played a running back, was on defense as well, collected 10 tackles, and he had a big kickoff return that helped set up a scoring opportunity for the team. That's why I picked him.
Do we have that highlight?
We sure do.
Okay, we're back, and that is Trevor Hawkins' kickoff return, and that is Team FYN Sports Writer Player of the Week. Coach Maxwell, this is going into region play, offensive line. You know, I talked to a lot of offensive linemen, and I want to hear from you. You got 11 guys out there. Obviously, that's the team. But it's very important that line become a team within itself, a unit. How is your offensive line coming together, and where do you feel you're at ready for region play?
Well, I think they're definitely improving every day. We are playing a lot of young guys on the offensive line. We're rotating in about 4 sophomores or starting around that many guys. So it's exciting to me as a coach to see them grow and develop every single week because they are. We're only playing one senior, and that's the center, Matt Bradley, and he's doing a good job. But offensive line, you have to be a team within a team. We talk a lot about being a gang within a gang, and you really have to develop relationships on and off the field because it is a tough position to play.
How hard is it? How hard is it in the coaching on the offensive line when one year you may have a couple guys in the backfield that really turn it up, and you're gonna be working as a unit for a rushing game, and then this year you have great balance, but you're doing a lot more passing. You're having to protect the quarterback a little more this year, because you do have a bigger passing game going on. So what is it like to change those kind of things up as far as coaching these guys?
Well, you do have to change year to year based on what your skill talent is. Right now we've got a great quarterback. We've got a great wide receiver in Zach Goss. We've got a bunch of really good receivers in general. And it actually helps us because we're not having to physically dominate people running the football right now because we are really young. So I think it's been a positive this year, being young, being able to have a quarterback who makes good decisions, who's not afraid to stand in the pocket, deliver throws, and be able to throw the ball a little bit more.
Let me just say before we go any further, we're talking. It's time for region football, and let me just give you a rundown. We're gonna keep up with this very close when it gets time for region play. I rely on you in region play. Okay, just keep up with everything. Quad A Region 6 football: Ridgeland, Heritage, Lafayette, Southeast Whitfield, Northwest Whitfield, and Gilmer is in the region. This Friday night, region football kicks off. As you know, Pickens has a bye week. Your Dragons have a bye week, but Gilmer will be home against Heritage. Southeast Whitfield County will be home against Lafayette, and Northwest Whitfield will be hosting Ridgeland this Friday night. That's the makeup there. Jacob, same question, because what I'm really trying to do tonight, and I've talked to 4 teams this week, is you have the non-conference games. You want to get used to, you want to get a feel for handing off a smooth transition to your running backs, working well with your center. I mean, all those little things that sometimes you don't think about, and starting to click with your receivers. So are these 4 games, your numbers are showing it. How do you feel this year as a senior, as in the past, with everything that's clicking for your offense going into region?
I feel very good about it. I believe the chemistry between my offensive line and the receivers are very well this year. You know, we have a new running back that moved in this past year, Robert Davis. We're getting there. You know, our chemistry is getting better each week, so I think it's going great. Coach
Parker, that going into it, you told the guys, and you touched on this earlier. What this week are you working with the guys on as far as, you know, that non-region? You said Friday night. I like the way you put it. You told them out there they had 30 minutes to get mad. They had 30 minutes to get mad. It was over about the game. They were upset about it. They had 30 minutes, had to get over it, and it was time to start the real season. You didn't say it quite that way, but as far as when you get these guys ready for region play, what switches up? Does anything switch up in the locker room, on the field?
Well, there's 3 phases to the season. You know, there's what really is the preseason, but it counts. And it's the non-region, non-conference game. Then there's your region schedule, and there's the postseason. And every time you shift from one of those to the next, there has to be a tightening of things for sorts. I mean, we're in the preseason mode. You would like to win. You want your kids to be confident. You know, if they win, they think they're good, and that's important. And so you want to win, you want to get better, but probably you want to get better more than you want to win. When you get into region play, it's much more important because the mistakes you make can let everyone down in far reaching your goals. When you get into postseason, the mistakes that you make in that exact moment can send everybody to the house. You know, so every time we change seasons, the pressure is a little higher and the intensity should be a little higher, and that's like something you look forward to if you're a competitor. You know, and I did tell the guys after the game, you know, I said, look, you got to be mad for 30 minutes, and you got to get, you know, we got to come back and get better. We're 0-0 in a region, whatever. But there was 2 points to that, and it's an interesting share, so we'll share it here. You know, we talk sometimes. You know, one thing we try to get 2 points across talking to our guys at the end of the game Friday. One is I don't like acting like it's okay to lose. So, you know, we knew Northside was a pretty good bit bigger than us, and it was going to be a challenge for us, especially defensively. We knew that. And we didn't lie to the guys about that. We knew it was going to be a challenge. We just need to get better. But we're not going to sit out there and act like it's okay to lose. I wanted them to be mad for a few minutes. I think sometimes nowadays we're so careful to like tell the guys not to think winning is everything, because it's not. But it is okay if you compete and try to win and be mad when you don't win in the proper way.
Right.
And so I wanted them to say like, hey, don't walk out of here like it's okay. You should be frustrated for a few minutes. But then you do have to realize if we were 4-0 and we had played, you know, teams that we could beat, but we would be the same team we are right now. We hadn't gotten any better. We're the same team we got now, but our record is 4-0. Or our record was 0-4. It wouldn't matter. It just really wouldn't matter. It would have nothing to do with the next game. And for us, that's Gilmer, which is a rivalry, and that's nice too. But really, more importantly, is just getting better. So actually, this bye week, every bye week, I think you might treat a little differently. But for us, we spent very little time talking about Gilmer, working on Gilmer, and that has no reflection on them. Just that we try to worry about us. Like we worried about Pickens. And then starting Monday, we'll have film on Gilmer.
Right.
And it'll be all about Gilmer. So we're excited to play Gilmer next week. But it was really important for us that we did this one last preseason week. Because, you know, when we start on Monday, you know, it's regular season. I mean, it's time where every mistake, every big play has a bigger impact on your season than it did moving forward, you know? So the first 4 games, mistakes didn't really cost the team any goal. You know, now, or big plays didn't help the team's goal. Now, every play, positive or negative, is helping us or hurting us from reaching our goal.
Well, you know, I tell you, there's so many things that I was able to attend 2 of those games, and your team playing to the end, I'm very impressed. I watched them be down, especially like against North Hall, and you know, Jacob, I was really impressed how the whole offensive unit came back in there and said, you know, hey, the scoreboard doesn't reflect our will to want to win, and that was very impressive to me. So we're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little deeper into the region, go over a couple stats. We have RJ's coach's question of the week, and then I got a couple questions for you, Coach.
Bring it
a
on.
couple more. You ready?
Bring it on.
Okay, we got to take a break. Really, we don't need the break, but we got to get a slice of pizza here at Johnny's
That's
New York
right.
Style Pizza. Want to thank them. Want to thank Pepsi and all of our sponsors. Take us to break, Richie.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Dave Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Dave Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Dave Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win.
Hi, I'm Casey McGraw, the General Manager of Schottenkirk Ford. We're going to start doing something here at Schottenkirk that we're really excited about. You may have already noticed our Facebook page, the new edition of the 360-degree videos. This allows the user to control the video in virtual reality and see it from any angle you choose, simply by moving your device or scrolling with your finger or your mouse. At Schottenkirk, we've decided to take this groundbreaking technology and apply it to the car shopping experience. Now, if you're interested in a new truck, a family car, or a brand new convertible Mustang, you can simply log on to our Facebook page or our YouTube page and see it for yourself in full HD 360-degree detail. Or contact one of our sales associates who will send you the link directly. If you like what you see and want to take it for a test drive, simply stop on by and take it for a spin. At Schottenkirk Ford, we're committed to not only keep up with new market technology, but we strive to be innovators, while always keeping your comfort and convenience as our #1 priority. So follow us on Facebook, check out our new 360 VR videos, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Hey, we're back, and you're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk, brought to you by Team FYN Sports at Johnny's New York Style Pizza right here at Jasper. I want to thank them. Thank Pepsi for the drinks and all of our sponsors, all of our Team FYN Sports sponsors. We're here with Dragons head coach Chris Parker, and also the offensive line coach Maxwell, and the quarterback Jacob Brumby. The Pickens Dragons have a bye week if you just joined us, and we're talking Quad A Region 6 football. At this time, RJ, it's time for RJ's Coach's Question of the Week. What do you got?
All right. Hey.
All right, come on, RJ, bring it.
All right. As we talked about before, we got Gilmer this week. Big rivalry game. And it's homecoming Friday night, next Friday night as well. We may not have gotten into it, like you said, this week, but next week, the older kids may know it, but with the younger kids, you can say not to get too excited, get up for it, but not just focus on Gilmer. You've got 5 more games after that.
Yeah, well, I mean, first we got to try to win that game. I mean, Gilmer play us hard like they always do. The last couple years, we started the game real poorly against them, and they've done a great job coming out. And I've been a part of, I guess this will be 6 of these games. And I thought the team that played with the most intensity and the team, a lot of times it's cheesy to say the team that wanted it more won. That's actually not even that true. We could play the Falcons, and if we wanted it more, it wouldn't matter. So wanting it more really doesn't matter. But I have found that in these intense games and rivalry games, every time we played Gilmer, the team that I thought wanted to win more, wanted to execute more, had enough intensity to make it all 4 quarters won. So our challenge to the guys will be that. We got to execute. And we got to play it like a regular game. I mean, you can't play different because it's a rival. Can't play different because it's homecoming. I mean, what kind of a moron made the schedule that put homecoming? We're playing Gilmer. I mean, who did that? It was me, RJ. Don't get offense. But we had to have homecoming sometime. I don't know. It has to be sometime. I'd rather go for no homecomings, no offense. But we got to have it sometime.
You may be friends, right?
But well, I'm trying to set up.
You have to be on your own on that one, Coach.
Well, they know. I don't think my opinion's there.
And you write RJ's questions. Do you write them for
No, I just filibuster them.
Because, I mean, RJ, do you still have a question, or was that it? That was it?
What I'm telling you, and all jokes aside, we have to do a good job of executing this game and not playing it differently because it's a rival game. It's a region football game. We got a chance to be 1-0 in the region or 0-1 in the region. And if you let something like homecoming or the fact that it's a rivalry game or any of that distracts you, they don't put a little asterisk and say, well, they had a good year, but they lost that game because it was homecoming. It doesn't work like that. You got to come out and be better than that, and focus and execute, and all that other stuff, the rivalry part, homecoming, all that's for other people. And when Jacob gets old, he can come back for homecoming. He can get excited about playing Gilmer. But right now, every game's 1/10 of the season, and these region games are really important. There's 6 of them. We got to try to win all of them. So, that's kind of where we are with that. But I thought it was a great question, RJ. Don't let him tell you any different.
Yeah.
Coach, now your defense, I think these guys are playing great football. They're working hard. I know that. And every game you want your team to get stronger. The games you get stronger. The offense, you're putting up a lot of yards in these games. A lot of yards. The defense, some young guys. They're young guys. Is the defense getting stronger? Or when they get into region play, start hitting some of these bigger teams? Do they have 4 quarters in them? Tell me a little bit.
Well, I mean, I think there's some flaws on both sides of the ball. And defensively, we got to get a little better. I mean, we're not executing how we ought to be or how we expect them to be at that level. That's not, coaches, players, probably people in the bleachers, anybody can see that. But we got to just get better and focus on us. We are playing, we're probably a little smaller than a lot of teams play. We're probably a little younger or whatever, but there's no excuse. We got 11 of them and 11 of us, and, we just got to do a little better. So I think the key really is in the region play. You have regions for a reason. So, we play such a variety of teams in your non-region. You got 4 of these shows, and in all 4 shows, you've hit a lot of different types of teams. You've all the way from other states, single A, all the way to 7A, and all of us in your shows are basically 3 or 4 of them. And we've played an array of teams, and us included. We played a AA team in Pepperell, 7A team in Northside. We played way on the other side of Rome. We played here. Non-region games kind of tough. The best way to judge the team is how they play against people like them. And we're about to find out. So, the defense got a long way to go, it looks like to me. But if we come in and execute a little better in the next 6 games and start playing well, then that will answer that question. I will say this. There's 3 things about getting better at football: your effort, your attitude, and then your actual play, your technique. Our effort and attitude is really good. And our ability to play football is not near where we want to be.
Well,
but if they can keep their efforts are good, their attitude's good, they're going to get better. We just got to kind of catch up. Offensively, we got too many yards to have that. We're scoring 40 points a game, and it's really not enough because we got too many yards to only have 40 points a game. I know that's crazy, but like Friday, we had almost 600 yards.
No, actually,
the reason is you get stopped in the red zone. We got stopped in the red zone 2 or 3 times. We turned the ball over a couple times. So I don't want that to sound like there's not room for improvement on all 3 phases. But the offense got to do a better job in the red zone, better job finishing drives, and the defense has to do a better job playing fundamental football.
You got 328 yards rushing,
right?
And you got 267 yards passing. When you're putting them kind of yards up, and the stats don't always show it. Now, let me ask you, Coach. And I say the same thing because I understand as we get into region play, your offensive line is going to be blocking against some big defenses, some strong guys. It's a good region, and is the preseason workout, the strength conditioning, are you seeing where these guys are just they're ready to get deeper into the season and hold on in that fourth quarter?
I think so. Our weight training coaches, Coach Nelson, Coach Wharton, do a tremendous job in the weight room. And we are really young, but we've got a lot of young, strong kids because of those guys doing such a good job in the weight room. And it has been a blessing for us to play such good teams like Pepperell and North Forsyth with some really big, good defensive linemen. One thing that I've been really surprised coming into this region is how many good defensive linemen are in the region. Ridgeland has several great defensive linemen. Northwest has a great defensive lineman. Southeast Whitfield has a tremendous defensive lineman. Last year, Gilmer had multiple really good defensive linemen. So we are going to have to grow up a little bit in this region because it is a very good defensive line region.
I would say when you get in the region, you start getting deep in there, you find out who can take being pushed on in the fourth quarter. Because you're going up and pushing all night long. Jacob Brumby, 22 completions on 36 attempts. 267 yards, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. And Robert Davis, 13 rushes for 225 yards, averaged 17 yards to carry 2 TDs, the longest one, 80 yards.
You can stop there, Ryan, and get on me. I'm going to let you get me. How does a person get 13 carries for 225 yards? They probably should get the ball more. If they only got it 13 times and ran 225, I'm telling on myself. I'm gonna
let you have that.
I'm gonna get on people and be self-critical.
I mean, give us some more touches, Coach.
Lee, I didn't realize after the game he had that many yards. That's unbelievable. I got to do a better job there. That would have been a good one.
You got to tighten up, Coach. You got to tighten up. Right. I mean, it is region play.
No, Robert's a good player. I mean, we got to find a way to get all. We got a lot of good players, and it really is hard to get them all the ball sometimes. But we got to get the good guys the ball in the next 6 games.
Jay Jones, 12 total tackles, 4 solo, 8 assists. And Hunter Herman, 11 total tackles, 6 solo, 5 assists. Jacob, before we wrap up tonight, your senior, your non-conference, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed watching your non-conference play. But you're mature enough to understand that that's then, this is now, and tell me, as a senior quarterback, you got a lot of yards, a lot of passing yards, but you know these guys. You've played the Heritage, you've played the Ridgeland, you've played, Lafayette, you've played all Northwest, but you've played these guys for 4 years. Are you looking forward to this year in this region and how competitive it's going to be?
Absolutely. I look forward to every game. Just to be able to play, just be able to go out there every Friday night and play is something that I love. But it's a tough little region. Heritage and all them got a good little football team. So like Coach was saying, we just got to get better, and I think we'll be okay going down the stretch.
There's a lot of guys on the sideline, and I don't want to bring it down to you answering for everybody. Does everybody in the locker room have the will to win, the want to win, the drive?
Absolutely. I think this year is probably the best about that than any other year. Everybody in there wants to win. I mean, everybody hates to lose, so everybody's competitive.
Okay, Ellie, are you assistant coach, or is there a question I need to give?
What's your title? What do you do to help the team?
What do you do to help the team?
Keeps Daddy on schedule. At practice, she really does.
Okay.
She's a manager, yeah.
We need you. Can you write something down that keep Daddy on schedule? And what we need you to add is that Robert Davis needs to touch the ball more than 13 times. Because if he touches 13 times, got 2. So write that down. You can handle that too. Sorry, you did that yourself, Coach. You brought it up yourself.
As any of these people watching it think I'm being critical, I would also be self-critical. As Jacob, I'm going to be on them. I'll be on myself. I can dish it out and take it, right, RJ?
Yes, sir.
RJ just got to tighten up on the questions. She should have asked me one about that.
Let me tell you what, this coach's question, we got to talk about that. You cannot let him write your questions. Have you ever met a good official? Have you? We're putting you on the spot. Have you ever met one good one? You have, okay.
I like all the officials. Appreciate all you.
Oh, this is RJ. Officials, this is RJ we're talking about. Okay, we're going to stick around and eat some more pizza. We're at Johnny's New York Style Pizza here at Jasper. We have to leave now. This is Team FYN Sports presenting Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. I want to thank Pepsi, all of our sponsors. Don't forget Quad A Region 6 football this Friday night. Follow Team FYN Sports, okay? Go and like our new Team FYN Sports Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Team FYN Sports. We'll be on the sideline. We'll be tweeting out the highlights of Gilmer, every one of the games in our North Georgia area. So you want to follow us on Twitter. Don't forget, Gilmer is hosting Heritage this Friday night. Southeast Whitfield County is hosting Lafayette, and Northwest Whitfield County is hosting Ridgeland. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Next week, these guys got to bye, so we'll see you in 2 weeks after the Gilmer-Pickens rivalry game. Take us out here, Richie.